Alright, so first and foremost, please allow me to introduce the graphical user interface. It allows the user to switch among different functions, but before using any function, please set your shot RGB. That is the RGB value supposed to be read when the camera is shot. And now let's turn the camera on. For example, the user wants to see the original RGB value. Click it. So here is the R, G, and B value. If the user doesn't want to see any of these graphs, so just close the camera. After 1 second, all of the task is terminated. And now the user can switch into another function, for example, adjust the brightness. Let's see if it works. No, it's not working because the lid is still closed. By turning on the camera, this time it's working now. The brightness will change according to the phase signal, which is going to be, well, elaborated later. Okay, so close the camera for 1 second and all of the tasks are terminated. Click Exit.
If we want to show the real-time RGB values which we get from the webcam, we click the first button on the GUI and 3-plot will show the original values. And we can see that there are plenty of noises here. We need to remove those noise in the filter if we want those RGB values used in applications. By clicking the second button on the GUI, both of the original signals and the filter signal will show in a plot. Here we use the red color as an example, and we can see the noise here is removed and a very smooth signal is shown in the right plot. And although there are some small oscillations in the filtered signal, it didn't affect much in applications. And if we change the RGB values, the filtered signal follows the exact tendency of the original one. So we think our IIR filter works successfully.
So let's see, how does this filter work on another laptop? It is a ThinkPad T480. So let's click Show Filtered RGB Values to see both filtered and original RGB value. Red, green, blue, and original red, green, and blue. So the situation is very similar to the previous one, but I should say that this laptop or this web camera has a very, well, annoying trait. That is, when I turn the light off, as you can see, there is a dramatic decrease and then followed by a recovery. That is, the camera is trying to adjust the gain to make the RGB value restoring the previous one. So it means that if we apply brightness controlled brightness adjustment, well, there will be some problem. But this web camera works very well in phase controlled brightness adjustment. Later, you will see that.
If we want to adjust the screen light according to the brightness in the surrounding, we click the third button on the GUI. After waiting the computer to set up, we can see that the brightness value that the screen is going to adjust is shown here. And now if we turn off the light, after a certain time delay, we can see that the brightness value comes to a really low level and the screen light is becoming dark. And now if we turn on the light, we can see the brightness value goes back to a high level, and then the screen light becomes brighter.
Before showing the face-controlled brightness adjustment, I will say that, well, because you cannot see where my face is, so I'll use my palm to replace my face. Okay, so start. Let's check that the camera is on. Yes, now I'll hide my face away from the camera. So the screen is really dark because the laptop thinks that the user is away, is absent. But if I show my palm to the camera, now this laptop thinks that, well, the user is back, so it will adjust the brightness to the maximum. If I lower down my hands, it will become, well, really dark again. And bright, dark, bright, dark. Its response is really quickly and stable. It's a very good trait, and this is the function of face-controlled brightness adjustment. In conclusion, we will say that this application is generally successful because, first, its filter successfully attenuates the noise, and next, both the brightness-controlled and face-controlled brightness adjustment works really well. They can adjust the screen brightness according to the situation, but still, I should say that this project is not perfect because, first, brightness controlled adjustment cannot work on some laptop web camera. That's because they have a dynamic gain so that it will compensate for the change in environment brightness. And next is that the order to operate GUI is really tricky. Just now, maybe you have noticed that it recommends the user to first adjust the shot RGB, or even if the user closes the web camera, the task is still going on and cannot be terminated. Thus, the user have to press Ctrl+C to terminate all of the GUI. If we have more time, we're going to fix this problem and make this design performance better. This is the end of this video clip. Thank you very much for your watching. See you next time.